Hi, I'm Yelena.
I'm David.
And in this tutorial, we're going to look at Surya Namaskara A or Sun Salutation A in a little bit more detail. But before we go on, please let us know what you want to see for our upcoming tutorials. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and maybe share it. Send it to someone you know would find any of these tutorials useful.
Even if they don't find them useful, just share it with them anyways, because it's good for them, right? We should also say that this is a sun salutation from our lineage, Ashtanga yoga, which is obviously the best style of yoga. Of course, there are many different styles of yoga, all of them valid. So the details that we're sharing right now are very specific to this lineage of Ashtanga yoga. But I know that many different lineages do sun salutations. So if you notice any differences from what you've been taught, maybe that's what it comes down to. Okay, so Ashtanga yoga is a vinyasa system. Vinyasa is like moving, breathing. And we're linking everything together with the movement and the breath, which are counted. We count them in Sanskrit in Ashtanga because it's cooler. And so we're going to go over that and give you what the breath and the gaze, the drishti, is for each of those vinyasa. And then we'll also look in detail at the alignment. You know, not too much detail, but we'll try to be a bit more specific than we can be in our, say, the primary, half primary video that we have out, or the beginners, which you can also watch on YouTube. Okay, all right. So we start in samastiti. Samastiti, more Sanskrit, it means same standing or equal standing position. And it has rules because it's Ashtanga. So that means the feet are together, the toes and the heels are touching. The arms are at your side, so palms rest on the thighs. And you're drawing your lower belly in and squeezing your bum a little bit. Tailbone pulls down and chest lifts up. Chin slightly drops and your drishti, your gaze, is towards your nose, nasagra drishti. So this is where we start and where we end. From here, I'll just go through the vinyasa first. Yekam, we inhale and lift the arms up, palms together, and look at the thumbs. Dve, exhale, you're going to fold forward, hands on the floor by the feet, about shoulder width apart, and you gaze towards your nose as you bring your head towards your legs. Krini, inhale, lift your head up. Chatwari, as you exhale, keep the gaze on the nose through here, lower down into your push-up position, Chaturanga Dandasana. Pancha, inhale, pull through into upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, gaze on the nose. And Shat, exhale, go back, hips up into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and the gaze is towards the navel, Nabho Drishti. Here we take 5 breaths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sapta on the inhale, lift the chin, step or hop, feet together, gaze on the nose. Exhale, Ashtau, press into the hands and fold, gaze on the nose. Nava, inhale, press through the feet, come all the way back up where we started in Ekam, and then exhale back to Samastiti, gaze on the nose. Okay, so that is the vinyasa count and the structure of the vinyasa Ashtanga Surya Namaskara. And let's look a little bit then at the alignment for each of the particular states of the vinyasa, where we hold it for a second. So we've already talked about samastiti. From here, yekam, as you inhale, and you want to time the movement over the duration of the breath, you're going to bring your arms straight up and the palms together, and the gaze is towards the thumbs. When you're doing something like this, you want to work properly with the shoulders, so make sure that you're externally rotating the arms as they lift, so rolling them out and letting the scapula stretch up the back. So you want to reach from your shoulders as you lift the arms. Don't try to pull the shoulder blades down your back as you flex the shoulder joint. It doesn't work. And while you're doing that, you're stretching up through the shoulders and lifting your chin. Try to keep your front ribs a little bit into the body. So try not to arch the back too much and collapse into your lower back. Okay, so this is all yekam on the inhale. As you exhale, Dve, you're going to fold forward. Try to keep the arms reaching as you come down. You might need to bend the knees, which is fine. Otherwise, you can eventually keep the legs straight. Bring the hands onto the floor, shoulder width apart. Try to put them down where they need to be right at the beginning. So you don't want to move your hands around, as you move through each of the vinyasa. Put them down where they need to be for the rest of the vinyasa sequence. Shoulder width, index fingers pointing forward, and the head is releasing down towards the legs. Krini, on the next inhale, you slowly press into the hands and straighten the arms and lift the chin up. Don't lift the chin up too much. Don't, hurt your neck, crane your neck up. Just lift it so that you feel like you're extending through the entire spine, and keep the hands pushing flat, firm into the floor. There's no need to come onto the fingertips here. Okay, that would be an extra movement. We don't need to do it. So the hands press down, and then as you exhale, Chitwari, you're going to step or hop back, and when you step back, put your feet hip width apart so that they're in the position you want them to be as you lower down into your push-up. Lower down with the elbows directly over the wrist, palms flat on the floor. We have a bunch of stuff on Chaturanga Dandasana, wrist health as well. Check out those videos. Okay, and notice Yelena's chin is also forward. Very important. Inhale, pancha, pull through into upward facing dog. And now Yelena just went straight over the toes, so she ends up on the top of the feet. The toes are pointing back. The legs are slightly internally rotating to release the glutes and let the hips sink towards the floor. She's using the arms to traction the spine, pulling the chest forward towards the front of the mat as the legs reach back. And again, she's lifting the chin slightly, gazing on the nose, and she's really resenting how much I'm talking about the position right now.
Correct.
And then exhale, shut. She's going to go all the way back into downward facing dog. Now the distance of the feet didn't change. They're still the same distance they were in Chaturanga Dandasana, about hip width, but now she rolled over the toes, so she's trying to bring the heels towards the floor. If they don't come down, don't worry about it. Don't change the distance between the hands and the feet to get the heels down, unless you're way too long. Again, if you're not sure what the distance should be, we found it in Chaturanga Dandasana, the distance between the hands and the feet, but we have a video also on YouTube about that as well that you can look. Okay, so we're going to take 5 breaths here. While we're holding it, we're pressing through the index knuckles of the hands. We're trying to press the triceps down towards the floor. Watch what happens in Yelena's shoulders as she goes from that inward collapse position to the external rotation of the arm. She creates this space here, and she's reaching with the scapula, creating lots of space, lots of reach through the shoulders, and she's basically using the strength of the arms to push the weight back towards the feet. Also, this is maybe like a little different in Ashtanga yoga, that we are puffing up here through the sacrum, containing the sits bones, and really focusing on, we call them bandhas in yoga. They're the lifting of the lower belly and the pelvic floor. So she's creating that kind of hollow belly position here. Looks like a dog, right? Doing a stretch. And she's not collapsing into the rib cage, extending the spine too much, arching the back like that. Okay, so we don't do that in Ashtanga yoga. We just don't. We keep the back nice and straight and contain the sits bones down, press the weight back. After 5 breaths here, Sapta on the inhale, basically you start reversing all the positions now. You can inhale, step or hop, feet to the hands. When you come forward, make sure you bring your feet back together so the toes and the heels touch, or your best approximation. Try to keep the hands flat on the floor, lift the chin without craning the neck. And then exhale, Ashtau. When you fold, push into the hands to help you fold. So don't just let the arms passively release. Push into the hands, contain the elbows so they point towards the back of the mat, and direct your chest towards your legs. Nava, when you inhale, you're going to press down through the feet so the legs are engaged. Pull your tailbone down, contain the front ribs, reach from the shoulders back into Yekam, right? And then exhale back to Samastitihi. All right, a little tour of Surya Namaskara A with some pauses in particular poses.
Very slow. Surya Namaskara A.
Did that feel slow? Mm-hmm. Feels slow if you're doing it, yeah.
Because you're talking so fast, yeah?
I tried to talk really fast. Yeah. So there's, a lot of information that we could keep going through for each of these positions. And in fact, we do in a bunch of other tutorials. But these are the sort of general alignment cues that you need to do Surya Namaskara A correctly. If you want to try to put it all together, then you can check out one of the classes where we begin the flow with 5 Surya Namaskara A.
So hopefully this was useful to you and you liked it, so make sure to like it. Let us know what else you want to see in the upcoming tutorials. Subscribe to our channel and maybe share.
Bye.